The cult of personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been anything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the D-Man Show on WFTU Radio. This is your host, D-Man. I would like to first give a shout-out to my boy Mario from my gym. He is a New York Jets fan, and his favorite football player is Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, man, it's all about that beast mode. Holla, holla, holla! Here is your Long Island news. Police say 2 police officers were dragged by a car while making a traffic stop in Island Park. According to police, the 2 officers saw a man involved in a apparent drug deal on Austin Boulevard and Vanderbilt Avenue last Wednesday night. Police say when the officers approached the vehicle, Darius Nellums, 49 of Long Beach, started to drive off with both officers hanging from the vehicle. The officers were dragged about 5 feet before the vehicle hit 3 other cars. Upon inspection of the vehicle, police say 20 individually wrapped bags of a substance believed to be heroin were found. Nellums is charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance, assault, criminal possession of a weapon, unlawful imprisonment, reckless endangerment, resisting arrest, obstruction of government administration, and several traffic laws. The State Department of Transportation is considering safety upgrades at a Farmingdale intersection that was recently the site of a fatal crash involving a 14-year-old girl. The crash occurred last month on Route 109 and Main Street in an area that business owners say is dangerous for motorists and pedestrians. Eric Alexander of Vision Long Island says the state DOT is considering narrowing the 12-foot lanes to 11-foot lanes in an effort to slow down drivers. The state is also considering a red turning arrow at the Route 109 intersection. Police officers arrested a 39-year-old groom on fireworks possession charges at his wedding in Massapequa. The officers responded to a noise complaint about the wedding party on July 7th. They found large professional-grade fireworks belonging to Thomas Giglio. The Nassau County Arson Bomb Squad responded and secured the large amount of remaining fireworks. Officers found 49 pyrotechnic mortars, a pyrotechnic display cake, and several firecrackers. That was your Long Island news. Here is your entertainment news. Tupac's personally owned Duke University basketball jersey is hitting the auction block. One of the most famous pics of Tupac from the 90s shows him wearing the blue number 5 jersey, which was worn on the court by Jeff Capel at the time. No word on how much the jersey is expected to rake in. I could just imagine how much that jersey will rake in. Tupac is one of the most best rappers of all time. So definitely that jersey will rake in hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. The rapper Havoc, one half of the members of Mo Deep, took the stage last Friday night at the New Jersey PAC Center since Prodigy's death. Yeah, it's very sad with Prodigy. He was the original and very good rapper. And my thoughts and prayers goes out to him and his family. May he rest in peace. Johnny Depp is apologizing for his joke about assassinating President Trump. He said he didn't mean any harm by it. He told last Thursday to the Glastonbury Festival crowd that it was in poor taste. It did not come out as intended, and I intended no malice. The joke, he said, was, when was the last time an actor assassinated a president? I feel that was just very stupid of what Johnny Depp said. Saying stuff like that, just keep it to yourself. Just save yourself the trouble. Because that's just career suicide. Look what happened to Kathy Griffin when she did that bloody mannequin head that represented Donald Trump's head. She's not even the host of the New Year's Eve show anymore. So there's nothing we can do. Donald Trump is our president. We just have to get through it. Just keep comments like that to yourself. Please. That was your entertainment news. Coming up in a bit is your sports news. We'll be right back.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. Yeah. To all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt-N-Pepa and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking with you bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know.
You know very well who you are. Don't let 'em hold you down. We saw the fall. You gotta move, but nothing to change. I'm so the only one.
I made this change from a common thief to up close and personal with Robin Leach. And I'm far from cheap. I smoke with my peeps all day. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. The Moet and Alizé keep me pissy. Girls used to diss me, now they write letters cause they miss me. I never thought it could happen, this rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gats and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play toast. From the Mississippi down to the East Coast. Condos in Queens, indo for weeks. Sold out seats to hear Biggie Small speak. Living life without fear, putting 5 carats in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good, And if you don't know, now you know.
You know very well who you are. Don't let 'em hold you down. We saw the fall.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with the chauffeur. Phone bill about 2 G's flat. No need to worry, my accountant handles that. And my whole crew is lounging, celebrating every day, no more public housing. Thinking back on my one-room shack, now my mom pimps a act with minks on her back. And she loves to show me off, of course. Smiles every time my face is up in the sauce. We used to fuss when the landlord dissed us. No heat, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty. Damn right I like the life I live. Cause I went from negative to positive and it's all. And if you don't know, now you know.
You know very well who you are.
And if you don't know, now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. Let the beat down in the house. Junior Mafia, last label. Yeah. Alright.
Welcome back to the D-Man Show on WFTU Radio. Here is your sports news. I would like to welcome to my show my producer, Mike. He also hosts 2 shows on WFTU Radio. So welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks for having me, D-Man. It's good to be here.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime. So, Mike, why don't you tell everyone what your shows are about?
Well, I basically do 2 sports talk shows here on WFTU
nice.
as well.
Yeah, I love sports.
Exactly. I have my solo show, which only airs during the semester, so right now it's not going. It's called All Things Sports. This past semester is on every Friday at 3. And
nice.
Currently during the summer right now, me and Matt O'Leary, we do a show here every Friday at 1 called Big Apple Banter. It's another 1-hour sports show.
Oh, nice. And I have to say, you guys have a very nice show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very good. So, Mike, recently there have been rumors of the New York Knicks possibly trading Carmelo Anthony to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Houston Rockets. So, out of those 2 teams, where do you see him going?
I probably see him going to the Cavs because I don't know how he'd fit in with James Harden and now CP3 in Houston. It perhaps would work out great. I know Houston is really trying to put a solid, super team together, especially with Chris Paul and James Harden now and many more on that team. But I feel that possibly, LeBron goes around the league recruiting players.
Yeah.
So I think he'll get a hold of Carmelo, and whether he can have success there or not's another story. I just don't think he could have it here in New York. Maybe he could find it in Houston or Cleveland. I think Cleveland probably has a better chance.
Really?
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised about that because I don't see him going to the Cavaliers because they just have so much star power, and I don't think they're really looking to pick up any players. But the Houston Rockets, I think, is a better fit because they recently picked up a very good player from the LA Clippers, Chris Paul, and they did make more salary cap to pick up more players.
Yes.
I think that'll be a nice big 3 with James Harden, Chris Paul, and Carmelo Anthony. And they could be a real contender in the playoffs. So what do you feel about that?
Hands down, you make great points. But we've also learned in the NBA, when it comes to a super team, there's never too many superstars in a team. Just when you thought the Warriors couldn't get any better, they signed Kevin Durant.
Oh.
I mean, it's in this league, there is no limit to signing good players. That's why I would not limit Carmelo to going to Cleveland. But what you just said, I did get a sports update about an hour ago on my phone.
Oh, really?
It'll probably back up what you just said about the Rockets, and I'm not surprised at all. It says the Knicks and Rockets are working on Melo trade, and scenarios could include a 4-team deal.
4-team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. I heard originally for this trade to work, it was supposed to be a 3-team. It would have to be 3 teams to be involved in this trade. Really? 4
It's
teams?
it's probably going to be a huge blockbuster trade.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a lot of teams involved.
Yeah, that's big involvement, a lot of talking.
We'll have to see what happens with that. That's all we can do.
I wouldn't be surprised with either. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, we'll just have to find out that the 2 other teams that will be involved in this trade. So, Mike, Darrelle Revis is still a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think he'll go?
Honestly, it's totally up in the air right now. I know you and I were talking about this off the air. You think he would fit in good in a place like Cleveland?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Basically, he could honestly land anywhere. He was on the Patriots. He was on the Jets. I mean,
Oh, yeah, he's been around a bunch of teams over the years.
Exactly. And last year was a really, really poor season with him on the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of teams there were a lot of games where he just literally did not put any effort into it. It seemed he was just getting totally owned on the backfield, and he just didn't really contribute in any way. So I don't know how many teams would be interested in that, especially because he's not getting any younger as well. So I think it's totally up in the air. I don't have any specific team for him.
Yeah, I just feel the Cleveland Browns would be a good fit because over the years, they've just been horrible. And their defense is not that good. And in the draft, they picked up some good players, especially that really good quarterback from Texas A&M, Miles Garrett.
Exactly, and quarterback is definitely what they need because last year I'm pretty sure they had about 7. They can't figure out a quarterback. One gets hurt or one is too terrible to play in the NFL, and they just keep going from quarterback to quarterback. It's a train wreck there. So
Yeah, I know he's kind of old. He's 31, but I would say he has some time left. And also, if he were to go to Cleveland Browns, he could be a mentor to the defense, especially the young cornerbacks over there.
that's what veterans are mostly for good clubhouse talks and getting the rookies and the kids to really gel together. And that's what's really going on with the Yankees right now, especially in the earlier part of the season when they signed Matt Holliday. He's there for kids like Judge and Sanchez and all these other kids that are around there, Clint Frazier. So it's really important for a veteran to be a presence in the clubhouse because they can really be an inspiration and they can really give the rookies a lot of guidance.
Now, of course, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens where he will go. Maybe we'll find out something in next month or two.
Yeah, I hope.
So, also, Mike, how do you feel? I meant to say, I didn't know the home run derby was on Monday, but I heard Aaron Judge won.
Yeah, he did win, and he put on quite a show. I myself, until a few days beforehand, thought that they would have a day off on Monday. Then they do the Derby Tuesday, All-Star Game Wednesday,
which is
off
kind of
Thursday.
confusing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you.
So they got right into it. Monday was a home run derby, and Aaron Judge put on quite a show that got the entire country.
Yeah, he put on a clinic.
Yep. The very first round, Justin Bohr put up 22 home runs, and that seemed pretty much impossible to beat. And I had confidence that Judge could do it, but I still had in the back of my mind 22 is an awful lot to pass, and he hit 23. He actually technically hit 24 because he hit one that hit the roof that didn't count. So, I mean, not to mention throughout the whole night, he had 3 home runs that were over 500 feet. It's strength that Yankee land probably has not seen since Reggie Jackson, maybe, Mickey Mantle, players like, I mean, I know A-Rod, but because of the steroids, I don't really count that. But, it's incredible strength that we have not seen in quite some time.
Yeah, of course. Aaron Judge is going to be a really good asset to the Yankees. And I think it's the best thing coming since Babe Ruth and Derek Jeter. How do you feel about that?
If I were Aaron Judge, I would think that's a very, very high honor. You're looking at Babe Ruth, who was the home run king for decades and decades. And you're looking at Derek Jeter, who's one of the most respected and probably most talented Yankee players to ever step on the field in Yankee Stadium. I mean, or on any baseball field. I mean, he's just admired. And what a lot of people like about Aaron Judge is that his personality reminds everybody of Derek Jeter, how humble he is and how down to earth he is. He never rubs anything in anybody's face. He never shows anybody up. He gives appreciation to the fans. He only cares about his organization, his teammates, and winning games.
Yeah, very
and
nice to
fun.
hear.
Exactly.
Yeah, he seems like he's a good guy. And, man, he's hitting home runs like anything. I think in the home run derby, he hit about 46 home runs. Was that in the finals of the home run derby, or
no? He hit 23 in the first round. Then he hit.
Oh, in total, okay,
exactly. Then I think he hit around 13.
That's crazy.
And then 11 in the last because there are 3 rounds. So
yeah,
I believe he hit either 46 or 47. I'm pretty sure it was 47. I'm not 100% though. One or the other. Regardless, if you hit anywhere close to 50, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. And also, I think he set the record for the Yankees this season. Is it by a rookie of him hitting the most home runs during a season? Yes,
he broke the record for a Yankee rookie having the most home runs in a single season. The one to hold it before him was Joe DiMaggio, 29 in a whole year, and we're halfway through the year, and Judge has 30. So we'll see how he finishes. I say 50 to 55, but I don't want to jinx the guy either.
Yeah, of course. That's just very impressive that he passed all these good guys that used to be on the Yankees.
I mean, you look back in history. Think of how many legendary greats have been on the Yankees. I mean, you look at that retired numbers wall. Come on. How many guys up there that hasn't done what he did in that regard? It's just incredible.
Yeah, he is the best thing coming that we haven't seen in a long time.
Definitely. Long time coming.
So, Mike, I just want to say thanks for coming on the show. I got to let you go now.
You're very welcome. I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. That was your sports news. Coming up in a bit is D-Man's Back in Time. We'll be right back.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Don't think, stink, pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If the head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruce Cruz who? Do something to us. Talk go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us. Screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch. Stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily.
Take that.
Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace, keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace, with my peace. Packing, asking who want it, they got it, I flaunt it. That Brooklyn, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I put the NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace.
That's right.
All Philly know it's Moschino. Every cutie with the booty, boy, the coochie. Now who's the real dookie? Meaning who's really the ride? Frank White push the 6 on the Lexus LX 4.5. Bulletproof glass tips if I want something. Gon' blast squeeze first, ask questions last. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. At last, a rapping about some bras, menage a trois, some expensive cars, and still leave you on the pavement. Condo paid for, no car payment. At my arraignment, note for the plaintiff. Your daughter's tied up in the Brooklyn basement. Face it, not guilty. That's how I stay true. Richer than rich, so you come and get me. Come on.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I can fill you with real millionaires. That's cargo, my cargo, 160, swiftly, wreck it by your new one. Your crew run, your crew run. I know you sick of this lame brand with flows, girl, stay heat, sweet like licorice. So get with this, it's easy, girlfriend, here's a bit. Call me round 10, come through, have on rubs, that's Persian. Come up to your job, hit you while you're working, for certain. Papa freaking, not speaking, leave that leaking like rapper demo. Tell them, take their clothes off slowly. Kill them with the force like Obi, black like Kobe, watch me roam like Romy. Lucky they don't owe me, where to say show me, homie.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways.
Welcome back to the D-Man Show on WFTU Radio. Here is D-Man's Back in Time. On this day, July 12, 1958, the Broadway play Lil Abner closes at St. James Theater in New York City after 693 performances. July 12, 1962, the Rolling Stones' first performance was at the Marquee Club in London. July 12, 1985, the Broadway play Singing in the Rain opens up at the Gershwin Theater in New York City for 367 performances. July 12, 1992, Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses was arrested on riot charges in St. Louis of the July 2nd, 1991 concert. July 12th, 1993, Don Imus begins broadcasting to Boston on 5:90 a.m. July 12th, 1995, Enrique Iglesias releases his first album called Enrique Iglesias. July 12th, 1996, Michael Jordan signs a NBA contract for 1 year for $25 million. And July 12th, 1997, the Cubs play in their 5,000th consecutive game without being a no-hitter. I hope you enjoyed today's show. The D-Man Show will be back next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Have a nice day.
If you smell
What the D-Man Show
is cooking.